Solo, he's ghosted, he's not participating at the start of this race, which leaves a very good opportunity for Kai to take the lead as the 5 red lights, they're on. And now the riot for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Kai will take the lead into turn 1, remain in the lead into turn 1. Wardy's already got Soul Demon up his inside as we go, and Tolu unfortunately drops down the order. Soul Demon is looking to get ahead of Wardy, but goes a little bit wide through turn 3, round the outside he goes and he gets ahead. What a move from Soul Demon as Wardy now in P3 finds himself just ahead of Sketchy Creep, got ahead of Parzival. Sapphire with a great start is up into P6. Dennis Boyne, Jumpy Painter still on P8, but trying to go and make a move. Oh, Parzival, oh, and Boyne. Both of them locked their rear under braking, hit the wall, and Parzival down to 12, Boyne all the way down to P19.
But here we are then with the DRS wide open. Is the Haas battle of Wardy looking for a move on the Sauber. The Sauber is using the battery in defense mode. Now looking to attack the other Haas of Kai, who is derated or saving battery on the straight. Sapphire's ahead of Sketchy Grip, but as we head down towards turn 13, the Haas locks up, loses the rear end of the car as he got spooked and surprised by that with the late braking, and Haas Kai saves the car. That was so close there.
And with Jumpy Painter presumably, as he's now finding with the 2 Ferraris up the inside he goes, and he gets ahead of JHRL, and the 2 Ferraris actually doing quite good as Jumpy Painter. Jumpy Painter hits the wall on the exit. I'm not sure if he's got damage from that. I don't think he lost an end plate, but he did certainly hit the wall. Now finds himself wheel to wheel and now behind the other Ferrari, and Jumpy Painter needs to get past as Kai. He's going to re-overtake. Here comes Wardy as well for the double overtake maybe. Wardy gets past Soul Demon and Kai, and Wardy takes the lead of this race on the hard compound tyre.
And here comes Soul Demon then back on the Haas. Will he take both Haas's on? He will, as he goes wheel to wheel with again. So we got from P3 to P1, but not yet, because they're still side by side in the braking zone. Now the move is complete in the background. The Haas gets up, the Ferrari gets out of shape, and JHRL is on the back of him. But here comes Jumpy Painter looking for a move like he did on the last lap in the same corner. Can he make a stick? The Ferrari goes off the track. 3 more contacts, and he's in the wall. The Ferrari driver is in the wall again because the Sauber lost contact, therefore took out the Ferrari driver as it ends up down in P18 there. So that's the second time Jumpy Painter has lost traction in the same corner, but consequentially has took out. Oh, the Sauber goes off! The Sauber is in the off area where Lando Norris went off in 2023. Soul Demon outbreaks himself, rejoins the track in P11 there. What a shame for Soul Demon, who was leading the Grand Prix, just misjudged his braking point, and he stays there. Look at this 3 abreast! Go! Parzival goes through this contact, 3 abreast into the corner as the Sauber fighting with the Williams. The McLaren squeezes through. Jesus gets ahead.
And boys, just a little bit of ERS, and is he going to go for a race lead? Is Kai going to try and get past? No, he is not, because here comes Sapphire. He pulls to the outside and gets ahead of Wardy, and it's a feature catch-up. RB of Sapphire Reese has taken the lead on lap 6, and Kai has also got past his teammate, but Sapphire a bit of a moment on the exit as well. I think he hit the inside wall there a little bit, and it's got Kai very, very close behind him.
And I think he's still in the DRS race, but look at Hazard then right to the back of the Haas, but won't go for a move. Not down towards turn 13. That's very risky indeed as we head towards the heavy brake. Oh, there's contact! And the Haas is in the wall, but no damage sustained, no airplane lost there. The Ferrari tapped the back of him. Here comes the McLaren driver now on the back of the Ferrari as Haas Kai was momentarily out of the DRS range. They both got DRS on the back of the Ferrari. Through goes the Haas, and now he takes on Hazard as well. He puts himself into P3. Will Parzival come down the inside? He will. Here comes the Alpine as well on the outside as the Ferrari gets absolutely swamped there. He has lost 3 places on one straight. He's Hazard and Tulu. Yes, so Hazard went for a lunge that was not on. He was way too far back to make a lunge, and he had to pay the consequences, unfortunately. So he spun down into P10. As we see Wardy and Sapphire go wheel to wheel, but Sapphire's not making the move just yet. Now he is. Here comes the McLaren driver as Sapphire gets pushed down another place. He's demoted into P3.
Tolu is now up to P10. He's within DRS range of Alpha Wall, and he's crucially got past Sapphire. So Tolu, despite pitting it, oh, Kai, no, with a 3-second time penalty. That is certainly going to hurt his chances of winning this race, as one of the drivers in contention for the win has picked up a penalty.
The Alpha contact then. So what's going on there? So Tony spun. He has spun, unfortunately. Oh, I'm not quite sure what happened there. Did he drop it by himself? Was they contact? Soul Demon definitely gained 2 places, so he was 11th to 9th.
Soul Demon gets past Kai now to put himself to P5. Sapphire gets past as well. So Kai now down to 7, and Sapphire is going to have a go at Soul Demon into the final chicane. You don't want to fight too much at this stage, because remember there's cars ahead who still need to pit, and they're over to pit, and Wardy with a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Our championship leader has picked up a penalty, and that is going to cost him massively in this race. Haas, both drivers with a penalty, Wardy with a 10-second, Kai with a 3-second, and this has opened up the opportunity for the likes of Soul Demon and Sapphire to potentially win this race, and it's a great chance as well for Soul Demon to get back into the championship fight.
But look at this, Sapphire playing with the DRS here. He doesn't want to go first, but here comes the Haas. They're all playing DRS chicken around here in Las Vegas. The Sauber doesn't have DRS, but here he is then. The Sauber sees the Haas and the RB on the left and right. Now they're in front of him as Sapphire and Hayes take the lead of the Grand Prix. Parzival is up to P5, and I think Parzival, he has a great chance of winning this Grand Prix on the medium compound tyres, but Kai gets out of shape in towards turn 16. The kick Sauber Soul Demon looking to take advantage. Oh, he's in the wall! He puts the Haas in the wall! And this time, he has full weight damage there. What a shame for both Haases. Looking very strong at one point, but one's got a 10-second time penalty, the other one has got damage, and I dare say that's the end of his chances of winning now. And here comes Sapphire to take the lead of the Grand Prix. Back into first, and then level pegging going down towards there. He clips the curves as a Sauber then rides to the back of him as Parzival does get past Wardy. Parzival wants to make sure he stays in front of Wardy so he can try and catch the top two. As here comes the McLaren driver then, rides to the back of the Sauber as we're about to go wheel to wheel between the two. The Sauber doesn't really defend much. He lets him go. Doesn't even use the battery despite having about 60% battery. So Parzival now puts himself into P2. That's very interesting for the Sauber to let him go, because essentially let somebody go on better tyres, and it might be a bit hard for him to respond back. So here comes Soul Demon back left and right. Let's see where he goes this time on the outside in towards turn 2, but the McLaren makes a lunge down the inside. He goes side by side, makes a mistake, and the RB driver stays ahead. Here comes the Haas of Wardy, and Wardy now goes through, maybe the McLaren too, as we head down towards turn 6 and turn 7. It's super tight between these two, but the Haas is around the outside, converted on the inside line. The McLaren sticks on the outside, in the wall he goes, he scrapes it, luckily no damage there, but the two remain in battle as we head side by side on the straight. Wardy uses the battery, he puts himself into P2 now, ahead of the McLaren driver. So out of all this, the RB stays in the lead of the Grand Prix, but
5 laps to go, and Barnes was already having a go at Sapphire into turn 1. He goes up the inside, and the McLaren driver now finds himself in the lead of this race. Wardy is going to try and get past the V-Garp as soon as possible as well, but he can't do it just yet on the exit of turn 1. Parzival leads on lap 21 of 25, but Sapphire needs, he knows that he needs to stay within DRS range to still have his chances. Here comes Soul Demon up the inside of the Haas, and he's going to get past again. So Soul Demon back in contention, back up into third place. This battle is heating up. It's essentially a 5-way fight right now. Soul Demon, is he going to try and go around the outside? Not sure. Oh, contact, and he spins! Soul Demon makes contact with Sapphire. Someone's got damage, and Soul Demon, his chances of winning the race, they have reduced to they are now 0. He's down to P6. Toto's up to P5. He made contact with Sapphire. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but I think the V-Carb didn't leave him enough space to work with. But that is very unfortunate indeed for the Sauber. And Wardy's got damage. Wardy's got front wing damage. It's all kicking off on lap 22.
But here comes the Soul Demon on the back of Toto. But this battle is not over yet for the podium as the Haas slides. But this battle's not over yet between these guys, because there's still a battle for P3, the last spot on the podium, which will belong to Soul Demon, maybe Jesus or Tolu in P3 and P4. Here comes the kick Sauber. The Haas has been relegated down into P5. He has more battery on the Sauber and the Alpine as Sapphire gets super close. He goes for the lead. No, he doesn't. He breaks earlier. Stays in P2. Do you know why? Because it's the last lap of the Grand Prix next lap. He wants the DRS as Soul Demon is back into the lead as he squirms away. Fight for traction. He hits the wall on the outside. Will Tolo take advantage now? Here comes Tolo. The RP driver going wheel to wheel. And here comes Jesus now on the Hasakai as they bag wheels as we head down towards turn 1. The Mercedes might make it a double overtake. Headed down in towards turn 1. There's contact between the two there as the Haas is also squirming away out of turn 1.
4/10 of a second separating himself and Parzival deploying the ERS. but he has to keep something in the battery for that final straight towards the line as well. The gap is grown to 4/10 of a second. Sapphire deploying, not going for the slipstream, using his DRS. Is he going to try and get past the McLaren up the inside of this final chicane? No, he's going to stay behind on this final lap. Behind is the battle for P3, but look at Sapphire. Is he going to try and get past the McLaren driver? They both have got a little bit of ERS, and I think Parsifal is going to do just enough to secure the win at Las Vegas. The V-Cup gets close, but not close enough, because Parsifal wins in Las Vegas ahead of Sapphire in P2. Then it's Tolu with the final spot on the podium. Then it's Soul Demon ahead of Jesus. Kai, who drops down the order due to his penalty, which will turn Lennon's into 6th position. Ahead of Kai's sketchy grip, critical skills, and Wardy after that penalty and this damage is essentially going to finish in 10th place. That sees then the end of today's mystery race. Las Vegas sure provided some entertainment for us, that it always does, in Tier 3. And next week we'll be back in the Americas, because round 7 is going to be at Austin at Circuit of the Americas. Thank you as well. That's it for tonight. I'll see you guys next time.